So we do this calculation. The 300, 700 population vector, well, that's 300 on the s-axis, 700 on the d-axis. I did this in some detail before, but if you need to refresh yourself, this is going to be brief, okay? Now, when we multiply this, what do we get? 0.9 times 300. Well, 9 times 3 is 27, right? And you very quickly get 270. 0.2 times 700 is 140. And you don't need a calculator to do those calculations. If you're using one, you really shouldn't. Now, check yourself, because not everybody's really great with mental arithmetic, okay? But you should be able to do that in your head unless you got an arithmetic disability. And there are mathematicians, good mathematicians, who do. Okay, 0.1, 0.8. 0.1 times 300 is 30. 0.8 times 700 is 560. 270 and 140. Well, 270 and 100 is 370, and add 40 to that, 4 and 7 is 11. Okay, 410, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you can't do this in your head, again, if you don't have some kind of a calculation disability, it's because you've over-relied on calculators and you really need to break yourself of that. You just can't think, you can't have to go to a calculator to do simple calculations like this and effectively think through a lot of important types of problems. There are things you can do that don't involve numbers, okay? But if you haven't developed the ability to do this thing, you're going to have trouble thinking about those too, because there are neural circuits involved, and I believe there are, okay? Not sure that's been proven, but I suspect strongly it's so, right? So that calculation, at first place you need to know that that's how you multiply matrices, because you've multiplied a bunch of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, I've seen people multiplying their matrices correctly. Sometimes the notation's a little confused, but I think everybody sees this pattern. Okay, anyhow, now how do we graph that? Well, if this is 300, then 410 is about here. And if you don't understand how the size of those numbers relates, that's something else you need to train yourself to think about, okay? That's not going to be precise, but that's probably fairly close, right? I wouldn't want to put it down to a micrometer. Okay, and if this is 700, then 560 is probably about here. So that this point is going to be like here, and you're going to have this. And there's your population vector.
560?